Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for Fire Force Season 2, Episode 24. This is the finale, guys, and this is all there is for Fire Force at the moment. I'll have to look in to see if there's any. I don't think there's any movies, or at least I haven't heard of any. If there's any OVAs or something, maybe I'd consider doing them. We'll see. I'm not sure if there are. But at the very least, I've heard rumors of a Season 3 coming, so if that ends up coming, I will most certainly try to get around to it at some point. I can't guarantee I'll watch it right away because there's all kinds of shows that air that could have sequels that I prioritize more. But if there's nothing else airing that season, then I will prioritize this one as a airing show that I do. So I watch it as the episodes come out and everything. But yeah, last episode we got a lot of Tamaki focus, which was very cool. She enhanced her abilities a bit. We got some backstory on her and all that. It's like it was pretty interesting, and I like that she got even more cat like, even faster, and really emphasized the cat aspects, and it seems like she had kind of like a wall she put up to stop herself from getting stronger, and now she got past that mental block, and now from here she might progress to even further heights and as we go kind of thing. So that's very cool. We had our other characters training to try to activate hysterical strength at will. So we didn't really get to see too much of that training, which I'm kind of happy about. I'd rather, if we're going to have a Tamaki focused episode, I'd rather just get a lot of Tamaki, because, I mean, flashing back to one of the very first episodes we saw her in, I just called her fan service girl, right? And it's cool that we're at this point where we have this development for her character where she always feels weak, she's always the one being saved, and she doesn't want it to be that case anymore. So very cool. I like the character arc, and hopefully her and Assault can live happily ever after someday. Um, but yeah, let's start this episode and see where they end us off. All right, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. All right, we get a little beginning bit one last time. Spontaneous human combustion, or death by fire, for short. Oh yes, this. We're gonna have him sit here and be like, "Oh right." That's all we get. Oops. All right. Oh, we get to see the opening one last time. I love this song. Oh, that's interesting. Right when it cuts away from Tamaki, you see a little bit of flame come up to her face. It's a very subtle foreshadowing of what her power enhances into, but I never noticed it because it's like one frame of the fire going up to her face. I think that's what it was anyway. That's cool. So good. I don't think it beats um the one like more heavy metalish song that we had. That one was really good too, but this one's pretty good. Signs of upheaval. Oh my god! That's brutal! I forget what the name of that is when you drag someone behind like a car. When I was a kid. Oh my god, these kids are just gonna beat him with sticks. Hmm. He's God's gift to hysterical strength. Hmm. Interesting. Oh my god! Arthur. Oh. Oh. Lesser men would be dead. Hmm. Oh, bodied. Jeez. Oh shit. I love how proficient Benimaru is. Just no matter how strong our main characters get, he just so calmly and coldly dispatches them. The press of death. Oh, God. That's crazy. So creepy, his eyes when they're like that. Just all the way till the sun starts going down. Alright, is this what they need to learn, though? Will they have an awakening? 5 hours. Maybe the tip about talking about Obi and being unpowered is maybe to try to not use the powers. Oh, what's Hibana gonna think about this? Then come inside and stop lurking through the curtains. Oh. She's the healer, right? Oh, a healer might be needed for this situation they're at. You gotta empty your batteries before you can pull out your reserves. Oh, damn. Just stand up and then just beats them back down. Oh, man. Oh, is he is he feeling it? Or is he passing out? Is this the moment he's been waiting for? That is mom. She's gonna come out looking like the Infernal or something. Back at the fire. Ooh, the red fire that we see in the opening. Hmm. That fear of death is push him to the strength to survive. Oh shit. Survival instinct. There are some crazy visuals. Yep. I guess it's happening to, it looks like it's happening to Arthur behind him, too, right? Shit. It was commercial time. They're trying to do some medical tests for the doppelganger theory. Jeez. Yep, she worked on him, so. Ooh. Hibana looks suspicious. Jesus. What is happening here? Shit. Well, that's not good. Is that pyrokinetics that lets her use telekinesis in a way? Is this pre-Scar? It is. We're seeing him say this possibly before his death. Well, I mean, obviously, this is in the past, but we're seeing it. Shit. Well. Oh, man. I mean, the dude was batshit insane, but that sucks. Alright. Some people we need to get stronger for. Oh, shit. Oh, is he linking with him? right. Hmm. But that wasn't. Shit. Uh, it was a granddaughter, right? Or was it daughter? Yeah, seriously. Oh, it's burns him. Bodyguard. I am my own bodyguard. Alright. Oh shit, look at these characters. Oh, it's that guy, isn't it? No. They've got a show on their side again. Well, next season! It has. Yep, very true. Alright. This is very much of a kind of training plus wrap up. Obviously, we had like the Death of Hog as well. Now we're getting a bunch of images of previous seasons and episodes and everything. Seems like next season is going to be very important to the story. Hopefully, we do get it. Because this is like definite like build up. Nice. Very cool. Alright, is that... Oh, nope, we got after credit stuff. What are you doing, Hamia? Ugh. Disturbing? Crazy chick. What? 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 That's it, guys, for episode 24 and the season. So, question? Was that like glitchy like moon bit at the very end? Was that the moon from Soul Eater? Like, I wonder if there's supposed to be some kind of, because we had like the reference to Soul Eater, right, of having Maki's dad um in the background, right? So like, I don't know. It just makes me wonder if they like try to destroy the world and they fail, but it ends up creating the world of Soul Eater kind of thing. I don't know, or there's no tie-in at all and it's just another reference. But it would be pretty crazy if they like tied in Fire Force into like the originating aspect of Soul Eater or something. Like this is a prequel to the Soul Eater world. I don't know. But that was interesting. Anyway, fun episode, definitely a build-up episode. It definitely makes me want more, and you know, that's good and bad for the finale of an anime. The finale of a season of an anime, I should say, because on one hand, it makes you want to see more, so it's like, okay, I really hope we get more. But on the other hand, it's anime, and sometimes you don't get more, and sometimes it's like, oh, go read the manga if you want the rest, and it's like, fuck. So hopefully we do get more, and that's in the season 3 that we've been hearing about does come out, which you guys have been waiting a lot longer than I have. I don't necessarily know when season 2 of Fire Force ended, but I know it was already ended when I started watching Fire Force, so it has been a good chunk of time, and who knows how long we have to wait until season 3 actually comes. So, but yeah, we had our characters training, being pushed to the brink of death, and discovered this hysterical strength. Now, as long as they can harness that and wield it at will, they will be on a whole nother level going into next season, which is probably pretty good considering it seems like Whiteclad is making their move. So they tried to kill Conroe, they successfully killed Captain Hogg and everything, and now, you know, they're probably going to send more after. The thing is, I wonder why they're trying to take out these stigmas, right? These people who have been touched by this fire and scarred by it. I don't know. Like, are they in some way like blocking like full access to whatever they need, or you know, why bother killing people with these scars? I'm not sure, but I'm definitely intrigued. And you know, this show does a good job of, like, sure, we got some answers throughout this whole season, right? But we also got more questions, and that's what the show has always done a very good job of giving us little hints throughout the show, but not enough hints, or at least for me, not enough hints for me to really understand what is going on, and at least on the grander picture, right? Like, I can't predict what the evangelist's final goal is, or whatnot, or how they're gonna obtain it and stuff like that. Obviously, unless it's just what they say and they just want to turn the earth into a sun, and then it's like, okay, well, we knew from the beginning, I guess. But I have a feeling there's something like more to it, or something along those lines. Um but yeah, it's certainly like genius in writing that they can do that, right? Because there's some shows where they try to give you hints but not tell you the whole thing, and you figure out the whole thing right away, and then you just go through the rest of the episodes being like, oh well, I know how this is gonna go, and that's like a flaw in it. And I can't imagine trying to write a story in a way that you can drop hints that feel meaningful, but still make the outcome be so much more that you would have never guessed. So props to the show for that. But yeah, Hog's death is pretty crazy. It was like a chick with a metal arm, seemingly. I think it was a chick. Sounded like a chick, I think. But had a metal arm, was able to levitate objects. I don't know if that's pyrokinesis or something else. She seemed to say, like, it's not all we have, like, it's not the only weapon we have, so I wonder if it's something more like, I mean, hell, we have freaking Giovanni, who is like some kind of bug fucker now, so who knows what else we could have in this world. But hell, people are going to be turning into weapons soon, maybe. And eating souls. But yeah, I mean, I like the little like follow up at the end of, like, we started with just us in this fight, and now we have, we've united all the Fire Force divisions. We've got Hajime on our sides. We pretty much have all of Tokyo on our side, for the most part. So it's very cool that we've come to this point. All these people who in the beginning of the show we all thought were the bad guys. We started off investigating all these different Fire Force divisions and ended up befriending them, and then we investigated Hajime and the Holy Soul Temple, which pissed off, the first division, and but we also kind of got them on our side, and now it's just everyone versus these White Clad and stuff like that. We learned the origin of the Holy Soul Temple with shit, I always forget his name. I apologize. It starts with a Y. Yona. I think it's Yona. And like him being Raffles and being the originators, but then he kind of didn't stick around, so the Holy Soul Temple kind of developed into its own thing. So it's still like, it's not necessarily a bad organization. It just has bad roots, and let's be real, pretty much everything has bad roots. Look at America, but yeah, so it's definitely, we've come a long way, and it's really cool, and I like that they stress that at the end. And it's definitely one of those things where sometimes they can do recap like that, and it can be, depending on like the state of the show, it can be like, oh well, then maybe it's over and there's nothing left. But this one was more definitely like, see how far we've come, now we're all together and see where we go. And now it's like, let's get season 3, please guys, please make it so. I want it. But yeah, I'm really curious about the tie-ins to Soul Eater. Ever since we had like the same skull in like the beginning when they talk about death by fire, all the way to I started really doubting it the more we went into the show, that it was going to have any kind of connection to Soul Eater. And then when we had kind of like the goofy cameo of Maki's dad, I was like, okay, it really is just like, it's made by the same artists and everything, so that's just their art style, and they threw a little reference in as a joke. But this felt a little bit more deliberate at the end with like that crazy moon, and I don't know. It really makes me wonder if that was just another fun little cameo at the end, or if it is something more. But it's pretty crazy to think that the world that they're in now could eventually somehow turn into that world. But it also seems like pre Great Fire, their world was our world. And I would say the same thing, right? Like, it seems crazy that our world would turn into something that is the Fire Force world. So maybe it's another evolution of this world where, we have death and all that. It's pretty crazy. Um, I'm trying to think, like, if in Soul Eater there was any kind of, like, force of, like, that I could link to, like, the evangelist kind of thing, but I don't really think there is, unless somehow the evangelist becomes like death and becomes a goofy good guy. I don't know. Um, Man, it's been a bit since I watched Soul Eater, but but yeah, I can't really think of like what that would be, right? Yeah, I don't know. But maybe I'm thinking too much about it. Maybe it was just another reference, but I'm looking forward to season 3 to see if anything. And also, that's also the thing is if that world were to come about, I feel like it would be uh what's it called? It would mean our characters failed, right? And that just doesn't seem as likely. It doesn't seem like our characters would fail. It doesn't seem like the story would go that route, kind of thing. So I wonder if it's also something like maybe this little teaser at the end with the moon was something along the lines of like, oh, in an alternate world where the White Clad wins, maybe that creates the Soul Eater universe, kind of thing. This like great cataclysm they're trying to create again just sparks the creation of the Soul Eater universe if they were to win. Kind of like Steins Gate has, two different storylines. One where it, just ends at Steins Gate, and then one where it continues on with Steins Gate Zero, depending on, how that one episode played out and everything. So, but I don't know, definitely interesting stuff. Definitely a fun season, a lot of crazy stuff. Like, I mean, I'm sure I'll eventually forget it, but, uh, you know, that assault moment was just insane of his montage of just trying to get back at Tamaki only to realize that he fell in love with her in the end and couldn't bring herself to do it. Her lucky lechery just was too much for him to handle, and that montage of him trying to train for it to be able to fight against it was just hilarious. And the fact that it was paired with that episode with Iris and talking about sunflowers and all this sweet talk and sweet moments and everything to lead into that assault stuff, it's just madness. It's crazy. But this show definitely has a way of you know having its fan service, but making majority of the time making it really funny to me. Some of it is just ridiculous, like when Shinra falls and grabs Tamaki's boob under her shirt somehow, and it's like, okay, that's ridiculous. But they ended up, and that's kind of like some of our early stuff, right? But they really like leaned into it in some parts and made it like extremely funny, and props to them for doing that, because there's a lot of moments in shows where they just do fan service, and it's not for the sake of making it be like funny or whatever. It's just like, watch these naked high school girls bathe, and it's like, okay, this is awkward. I'm a 30 almost 31-year-old man, and I don't want to watch high school girls shower. So it's always been one of those gripes with me with anime is, like, I'm fine with fan service if it's characters that are of age, but there's so many characters in shows that aren't of age, and they're showing more than I want to see. So, but different culture, different place, different just still weird to me even after so many years of watching anime. Uh, but yeah, not my thing. But yeah, this show did a pretty good job. Obviously, every now and then it was like over the top ridiculous, and I don't know how old Tamaki is supposed to be. It's very possible that she could be, like 17 or something and be underage and stuff like that, at least for us in America. And so like it is a little disturbing, but I can't help but laugh at some of the moments where they make it pretty funny. So but I think they did a good job of me not, like, they made it so over the top ridiculous that it made me not think of Tamaki as like a person. Like sometimes I think of these characters as people, right? And and stuff like that, but it's so over the top with Tamaki. It's just so unbelievable. Like obviously I can believe that these high school girls shower, it's like that's not something that made it like unbelievable, which made it unbelievably awkward for me. And it's one of those things where Tamaki made it so unbelievable that she'd trip and fall and somehow spread her legs right in this dude's face, that it was just hilarious rather than making me feel like a creepy weirdo. So, but anyway, enough about the fan service in this show. The show as a whole has been really cool. I like the pyrokinetic powers. I sometimes don't fully understand how they're able to do some of the powers with what they're given, but it's really cool and diverse, and a lot of different characters, a lot of funny moments, but a lot of serious fights, and it's just, the episodes never felt like they went by slow. Like maybe a couple of the training ones were a little bit on the slower side, but almost every episode in this show has been like packed with, even episodes where they're fighting a lot, during those fights they're learning things and we're learning things, and it's really cool where it's not like, sometimes you get some other shonen anime and we just watch a 20-minute episode of them punching each other to no conclusion kind of thing, and you're like, all right, I mean, yeah, there's some really cool animation scenes, but what am I going to talk about? But this one has always had like, oh, we're going to give you cool fight scenes, but then we're going to have like some crazy developments, like, I think a bug just flew right by the camera. I don't know if it was actually enough in the lens to be seen, but anyway, but like Shinra vs. Show was some of like the best animation fight that we've had, I feel like. But then we also had, Shinra getting in contact with Show's like memories and like showing Show things, and Shinra seeing aspects of just sharing these memories and thoughts and everything. And that was kind of like the first time we've had that, and all that. So it's just a cool dynamic, and I feel like we learned something else that episode, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But yeah, like it's just really cool that they're able to pack so much into these episodes and make them so entertaining every time, to me anyway. So, but yeah, I think that's really all I have to say, guys. So the poll by now is over. There's no more I believe so. At least if you're watching this on YouTube, it's definitely over, because I will have already watched 2 episodes of the next show. So you can check out my Patreon if you want to see those next 2 episodes. I don't even know what one yet. Actually, the poll might not even be over yet, so it might be up for like another day or 2 before I know what show won. But yeah, I'm looking forward to replacing this, as much as I'll miss it, but it's always exciting to start a new show. And then we'll come back to this whenever season 3 comes out. So thank you guys so much. As I mentioned, hit that subscribe button. Check out my Patreon for all that extra content. I have Patreon shows on there too. If you're into live action and watching Better Call Saul, really great show. Amazing. Other anime, I have the rest of Mob Psycho that isn't released yet on YouTube. It's starting to be released, but if you want the rest of it now, you can check that out. As well as Symphogear Season 1 and 2, and we'll be starting Season 3 very, very soon, if not already started by the time you're seeing this. So check that out as well if you're interested. Thank you guys so much. All links are in the description below. They should be popping up on the screen, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.